Hi there, welcome to Thrive Thursday. On Monday, we talked about negativity bias and Rick Hanson's metaphor that the brain is like Velcro for negative experiences and Teflon for positive ones. So today, we're going to turn Teflon into some Velcro, not by denying difficulty, but by strengthening new neural pathways with 5 different gratitude practices that actually change your brain. So tool 1 is what went right. At the end of the day, write down 3 things that went right or went well. Not extraordinary, just went right. So an example, you expected a conversation to be a little tense, but it was kind of neutral and it went okay. Then you pause 10 to 20 seconds with that acknowledgement and let your brain take in that thing that went right. So you may also look at how you played a part in that. So asking yourself, how did I contribute to it going right or well, helps you see the good and build agency. Tool number 2 is inspired by Barbara Fredrickson's work, and we're going to call it the savoring amplifier. When something positive happens, pause longer than usual. Sunlight on your face, a good sip of coffee, a laugh. Stay with that for 5 extra seconds or so. Fredrickson's broaden and build research shows that positive emotions expand cognitive flexibility and resource building, but only if they register. So when something good happens, take it in and spend a few extra moments savoring it. Tool number 3 is looking at gratitude for effort, not necessarily outcome. So instead of, I'm grateful that worked out, you can try, I'm grateful I showed up. So if the scenario is you gave a presentation and it wasn't quite perfect, instead of replaying all the flaws, I'm grateful that I prepared, or I'm grateful that I spoke clearly, or I'm grateful I tried. That acknowledgement of what you did right really helps you to interrupt perfectionism, and it shifts you in your gratitude awareness towards agency and growth. Instead of looking at all the ways you messed up, you're going to say, I'm grateful that I did the work to prepare, I'm grateful that I was speaking clearly, and I'm grateful that I showed up and tried. Tool number 4 is mental subtraction. So this comes from Sonia Lubomirsky's research, who is a positive psychology researcher out of UCLA. I got to meet her once. That was pretty cool. Imagine your life without something positive that currently exists. What if you hadn't met that friend? What if that opportunity hadn't happened? This exercise increases appreciation by highlighting what might not have happened. So some people don't like this at first because it kind of feels counterintuitive, but we adapt to things that we have and we forget to consider what life would be like without those things. So it builds perspective and it feels deeper than just listing what you're grateful for or your blessings. And the last tool for today is the 1-sentence gratitude text. So research shows that relational gratitude increases well-being for both the giver and the receiver. So sending 1 simple sentence in a text, I was thinking about how much I appreciate fill in the blank. I'm thinking of a friend right now. So I was thinking about how much I appreciate your laugh. So be specific, be genuine, be brief. So another example, I appreciate how calm you were in that conversation we had yesterday. So relational gratitude strengthens bonds, and belonging can calm our nervous system. So gratitude has it does get criticized. We mentioned this briefly on Monday, and sometimes rightly so, because sometimes we use it to kind of be dismissive, maybe not intentionally, but it can feel like that, or we do it to silence pain. But here, that's not what we're doing. You can acknowledge injustice, grief, and exhaustion, and still train your brain to see what went right. Both can coexist. Fredrickson's work reminds us that positive emotions don't eliminate difficulty, but they widen our capacity to respond to it. So I invite you to just tonight choose one tool. Today, choose one tool, just one. Repetition wires our pathways, and over time, the negative will still register, but it doesn't need to dominate because your brain is learning to see more. So gratitude isn't denial, it's balance, and balance builds steadiness in our nervous system and helps us see the good even when bad things happen. Next week, we're going to talk about self-compassion. And if we are hard on ourselves, it actually strengthens that Velcro effect that we're talking about. So we're going to learn to be more compassionate. So join me next week, and I will see you soon. Take care. You got this.